Let's tackle 5 surprising plastic surgery and aesthetic medicine trends for 2023. What are we going to see? Look at this, from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, the number 1 minimally invasive treatment is still botulinum toxin type A. Number 2 is soft tissue fillers, and that's what we're talking about here. Those are generally hyaluronic acid fillers placed in the face. Now, there's a lot of controversy over these because people say they can age you, there's risks, there's dangers, but let's look at the facts. There's more coming to market, more and more people are doing them. Understand that younger people are doing them. Those 20 to 30 represent the largest group for traffic to my websites and social media interested in fillers. They're relatively inexpensive, and number 1, they're instant. People love instant. Now, when people talk about the risks of them, surely doing too much isn't good. Using them for the wrong reasons isn't good. But the reality is they're much, much safer than the surgical options. So when we see that instantaneous result, all the marketing being put towards it, and that brand new set of patients coming in looking for them, meaning that 20 to 30-year-old age group that typically aren't in the job market for making their money from social media, from their phone, from video, dermal fillers, not only are they here to stay, it's going to grow. Number 2, facelifts, I believe, will be on the rise. It's much more accepted now to get a facelift, and they have a whole new generation of patients. People are getting them younger and younger. Gone are the days where people waited till they were 60, 65, 70 to get a facelift. You're seeing people in their 30s, and this is being touted as the new way to look better and youthful for longer. So you have a whole new group of people. Like I said, it's accepted. People don't run away from you if you say, oh, I had a facelift. People are like, oh, really? Tell me about that. The reason is, over the last few years, Zoom and Zoom meetings force people to look at themselves. We do 3D imaging in the clinic, and people look at, is that me? Well, now they know from Zoom. These are more accessible, meaning that more people advertise that they're doing facelifts. People realize you don't have to spend $50, $70, or $100,000 in Hollywood to get them. There are many great surgeons doing these for $12,000 to $20,000. On top of that, people are willing to travel. So if you go to certain countries, I'm thinking south of the border, I'm thinking Turkey, different countries, buses come to the airport to pick people up to get these done. I'm not saying this is the way you should go, but I'm reporting that this is being done. And just like any country, if you do your research, do your homework, there are good ways to go about this and wrong ways. And of course, some of the disasters we see, people leave right after they get the surgery and they don't stay for their post-care. So you're finding people getting procedures done at fractions of the cost, particularly facelifts, and they're happy with the results if they do choose their surgeon, the country, and their post-care very carefully. So for $5,000 to $10,000, they're getting these done. That trend will continue. Number 3, biostimulators are on the rise. These are products that go in as very small molecules, help build your what? Collagen and elastin. That's what makes people look younger, particularly things like Sculptra, PLLA, and all natural blood draws. That's the real trend, regenerative medicine. We know that from shoulders, hips, knees, cancer treatments with immunotherapy. All of these more natural, quote unquote, treatments are now being exposed and touted, and they're gaining traction with corporations and companies, and people are getting better and better results. There's a lot more awareness of what you can do with all natural methods, so you don't have to have dangerous surgeries or synthetic things placed in the body to have regeneration of the fat pads, regeneration of the bone, reduction in fine lines and wrinkles. All these things we're treating in a much more natural way, and people are accepting more natural results. They're okay not looking overdone. As that overdone trend dies, you're going to see regenerative medicine take a boom, and as the technology is getting better, simply going from PRP to PRF and now to gels, you're seeing it much more accepted because people can get not only a long-term result, but an instant result. And no matter what, with all these trends, people love instant. Number 4, and this is a huge one, is Nutri Cosmetics. So far, we're focused on dermacosmetics. Nutri, meaning nutrients, Nutri Cosmetics, meaning getting it from the nutrition. Now, how do you know this? Because you know if you eat certain things, you might get acne, you might get eczema, you might get a skin rash. beauty comes from within, and what we eat, the supplements we take, determine how we look. It's not just meaning nutrition supplements. We know exercise, we know sleep, all those factors play a bigger role than treatments we get. Those are all natural and free. Our food supply is dying. So what's happened is we're not getting the nutritional value, the proper vitamin D, the proper vitamin K, the B vitamins from our food. And so this Nutri-Cosmetics, it's huge. I was at a bunch of conferences over the last 6 months all around the world. This movement is unstoppable because people realize they can do things for themselves to avoid getting treatments and invasive procedures. So we're just getting started here, and what I'm talking about specifically, things like collagen powders. There's more and more data. Simple vitamin D. A lot of people are not getting it from food sources, of course from the sun. We're avoiding it by putting sunscreens on because we're told to do that. And we're seeing not only people die or getting ill and not recovering because their vitamin D levels are just too low and no one's measuring them. That's a simple one. Think about bone. Think about estrogen loss, all the things that can be done, and the vitamins that can be taken, such as K2D3. Vitamin K2 is different than K1, helps put calcium into bone, protects the heart. So a lot of these things not only make people look better, feel better, which in turn makes them look better, because meaning they're sleeping, they're more energetic, their hormones are better, but they have all across the board are improving the wellness for people. And so when people see not only their skin get better, not only that they feel better, but also their whole life improves because of it, then that trend is monstrous. So you're going to see much more. And if you take those last two trends, so you're taking the Nutri-Cosmeceuticals along with the regenerative medicine improving, increasing, and getting honed in. When you combine those two, it's extremely powerful. So you're going to see more and more on that. Number 5 is actually toxins, so Botox, and Botox-like products. And the reason is there's a new product coming to market called Daxxify, Daxxify, and that is a 6-month product, or it's being touted as that. Now, I'm not huge on that product because you can get 6 months out of existing products by using more concentrated product. You're going to get more duration. Why haven't people done that to date? Clinics want you coming every 3 months so they can upsell you. They can sell you on body sculpting, maybe talk to you about fillers, maybe talk to you about surgeries. So many surgical practices have med spas attached. The med spa doesn't make the money, the surgery makes the money, the med spa hooks you. Understand these business models. So understand Botox and those neuromodulators that slow down muscle movement to decrease wrinkles. The use of that will increase. And you saw from the American Society of Plastic Surgery, their own survey shows it's the #1 procedure done and it's the #1 trending. And that won't stop for those reasons. It's marketing, it's awareness, new products coming to market. Again, what's the trend? It's instant, it's quick, it's reproducible. So that trend will continue. Number 6, and this is not in any order, this is huge, and it's skincare routines. Why and what happened? Well, during the lockdown, the shutdown, people couldn't get into clinics for a good 3 to 6 months. And then, of course, everyone's getting their procedures done. However, during those, let's call it 3 to 6 months, people were at home, they ordered tons of skincare because it's what they were seeing themselves on Zoom. What can I do at home? Skincare. And what did they realize? Hey, if you do a routine nightly and in the morning and cleanse and get on your retinol, your AHA, and your vitamin C's and your hyaluronics and your argirenes, you looked younger. They look better. Why? Because they were consistent. They had time at night because they weren't driving to work. They had time in the morning because they weren't driving to work. Consistent skincare works, and it's much better. I have 3 new skincare products coming out this year. They're all innovative, meaning there's ingredients in there that are innovative that I didn't have before, and combinations that we didn't know we could use. Part of that also was it was hard to get ingredients during the shutdowns. So we had to use different ingredients and match different ingredients in our skincare that we'd never done before. And then we went, wow, I didn't want to match those two together, but why are people looking younger? So skincare, the trend of that is colossal as well. Now take skincare, regenerative medicine I talked about, and then you take nutraceuticals, and there's so much more you can do where? At home. And that's where people want to do it. The less you have to go to clinic, the less you have to do surgery, the less you have to be injected, everyone's happier, it looks more natural, and it's accessible to everyone. Add yours in the comments below. I put a complete video up here on things you can do at home. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.